Good morning, creators. Today I designed a simple NPC system with a great interface and many options, including purchasing heal-ups, purchasing supply drops, purchasing weapons, dueling, and hiring, as well as bounties. And in this video I will show you how to set up all these options along with the NPC using a few devices, and it's very customizable, so if you have any ideas that you want to do, it is very easy to set them up. So first off, you're going to place down your guard device, and only a few settings really matter in this. First off, it needs to be set on team neutral so that the player can interact with it without it going aggro. It also needs to be able to be hired, so it should be hireable. You can give it a name if you want. You also have to have settings for dismissing when eliminated, for the duels, and when it's hired, transmit on 1. This number 1 is going to transmit you to the first page, which we're doing patch up for the first page. So this could be a pop-up dialog device with these settings, and you're going to want to show when receiving from 1, so that's going to show this page as an option when it's hired. When it times out, you're going to transmit on 500, which is going to dismiss the guard, and when you respond button 2, it's going to move on to the next page. But if you respond the first button, it's going to go through the action. And so these pages go like that. So when you respond on 11, it's going to activate this conditional button, which is going to see if you have enough gold to purchase this action. And if it activates, it's going to give you the power up. But if it does not have enough items, it's going to dismiss it, which is going to dismiss the guard from being hired. And so you'll pick up this item, and then when it's picked up, you're going to dismiss the guard again. On the next step, you're going to be able to hire the NPC. So the page is going to open when you receive from 2, so that says you moved on to the next page. When we respond, you're going to transmit on 12. 12 is going to check this conditional button, and if you have enough items, it's going to transmit on nothing because you already have it hired. But if you don't have enough, it's going to dismiss the guard. Next off, we have the bounty, which is going to be the most complicated system. This one's a little bit tricky. So you're going to set up the same kind of pop-up dialog device. And on 13, you're going to switch the player who activated to class 1. They were previously on no class. And so when they are switched, they're going to transmit on 23. Which is going to trigger this trigger, which is delayed 1 second, and that's going to activate the other class selector, which is going to transmit them back to no class. And this way you can do the bounty and pick a random player that's not going to be the person that tried to activate the bounty. And so this player counter have all these settings. It's going to compare when receiving from 23, so when the player switches classes, and when that activates, it will select a random player, and that player will become the instigator, and that player will be marked for all players to see, and they'll be on the map using those settings. And you can connect it to a timer. If you want to have a certain duration for the bounty, you can connect it to an item spawner if you want to have a gold reward, and make sure that on each channel, once whatever action happens, you unhire the guard. Next, you have dueling. It's very simple. We had our guard spawner, and it triggers on 15 when it's eliminated, which is going to spawn these items. And next up, we have supply drops. Very similar system. Transmit on 14. It goes into this conditional button. If you have enough coins, it's going to spawn all of these supply drops. You're going to need multiple supply drops if you want to have a frenzy, or you could just have one if you want to just spawn one supply drop. And of course, once these supply drops are spawned, you want to transmit on 500 to dismiss the guard. The biggest thing about this system is it needs to dismiss the guard every single time you complete an action, except for when you hire an NPC. Otherwise, the NPC will stay hired. If you found this tutorial helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel or using code MasterShark to support me. I really appreciate all the support you all have given me throughout the years, and I can't wait to show you more. If you have any ideas or need help with any mechanics, please let me know in the comments down below, or just comment anything. I'd love to respond to y'all. Have a great day.